You are listening to an all-new episode of the Model Experience podcast live from the Model House.
The Model Experience is the #1 resource for models. Real models, real stories, real resources.
Visit themodelexperience.net to learn more and be sure to follow us on Instagram at The Model Experience.
Welcome to the Model Experience.
Welcome back live from the Model House. Feels good to be back.
It's been a minute.
It's been a hot second. I missed you guys.
I miss you too. We're so excited to have our guest today. Give it up for Dijon Talton.
So glad
We
to be
love
here.
it. One of my favorite people on this planet.
Ow!
Dijon is a resident TME
Yes, he
staff
is.
member.
Yes, he
Dijon,
is.
you may recognize Dijon from, well, first of all, Netflix. Every time
Right.
I open Netflix, I see your face.
Me too. I feel like you're everywhere, which it's fine.
That's a good thing, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Progression.
Exactly.
Baby steps to get there.
Exactly.
Yeah. So Dijon hosts our fashion show alongside Deandra.
Yep.
Not only was he on Netflix, Never Heard is the name of the movie,
Yep.
right? And he was also on Glee. So I want to kind of talk to you about that and learn how you got those roles. And
Right.
so
Yeah, and as like a musical theater enthusiast, this makes me so excited. So you've got to touch on that experience
That's so
for
funny.
sure.
I was so not into musical theater before.
Oh, gosh.
It was a whole different world.
So how did you, was it an audition? Like, how did you even get on the show?
So the crazy thing is, at that time, like I had made an agreement with my parents that if they allowed me to audition again, then I would go to school in California. So I was in school for like with an emphasis on entertainment law, and my manager sent me an audition for a Saturday, but I was also working at the Apple store, and that was my shift time.
Oh my
And I was like, nah, I
gosh.
can't go, bro. Like it's my shift. It's Saturday. We can't move Saturday shifts.
Right.
And then he was like, but you really should go. It's this new show, Glee. It's like, it has all the buzz, blah, blah, blah. At that point, the show hadn't been out. No one knew what it was or what it was going to do. So I went, and the first audition was...
did someone cover your shift or did you lose the job?
No, I kept that job. That job
You
I
did?
was 19, and it paid like $17 an hour.
All right.
Okay. Okay.
But the first audition was a dance audition, and they called me back the next day and had me sing an act. And then it was supposed to start filming on like that Wednesday, and I didn't hear anything. So I was like, oh, okay, well, I didn't get it. There was
Fine,
other guys
that's
there,
fine,
moving
yeah.
on. But that following Monday, I was walking into a history test that I was late for. And I was running into the thing, and my manager called me, and he was like, you booked it. And then I was like, booked what?
Out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah, I was like, what did I book?
Yeah.
He's like, you booked Glee. And the cool part was when I researched Glee, they already had the trailer up because they had filmed the pilot, but
Right.
the show hadn't been out. So it reminded me very much of a mixture of like a Gossip Girl and like Boston Public, but with like music.
Dream.
At that age grade, I was like, yo, this is a show I want to be a part of, a show I
Right.
love to be on. So when I got it, I started working the next Tuesday. And when I got there, they're like, welcome to the team. And I kind of didn't leave after that. And my life kind of completely changed. It went from like me being in school and working to like still not wanting to lose that job.
Right.
Like, this is a good
Gotta
one.
keep that $17
Exactly.
an
At
hour.
19, that was a good job. But I started like not being able to like make it to test or like making my shift. So I had to like slowly let go of that safety net and
Yeah.
move on to being like, all right, cool, I'm now here 20 hours a day, recording on the weekends, doing dance
Right.
rehearsals. It consumed
It's a lot of
my
work.
life.
Sure.
It's so
Sure.
much work. That kind of show is so much different. A normal show, you work 12, 15 hours normally.
Right.
But on a musical show that has dancing in it, they also have to fit in recording and
Sure.
dance rehearsals into your work week
That's
in
insane.
the same amount of time. So you go from like filming a scene to dance rehearsal to recording to back to filming that scene that you rehearsed this morning.
Right.
Wow.
So how long were you on the show for?
A year and a half.
Okay,
Almost a year,
that's a long time.
yeah. And it was kind of like a backwards, interesting thing because for the first like half of the year, the show wasn't out. It premiered after American Idol in May.
Yeah.
We had like a premiere and like upfront and all that, but the show didn't actually come out then until September. So people were all like buzzing about this show, but at that point,
it wasn't out yet.
It wasn't out
Yeah,
yet, and we had already
yeah.
filmed or were filming the first half of the season,
Got
and
it.
no one knew what it was gonna do. Everyone thought it was gonna flop, like because musical shows don't work. So that everyone's sitting on pins and needles. Everyone's like 18, 19, 20. Everyone's like first job, and everyone's like,
You're
we're
like,
gonna
what do we
not
do?
have jobs.
Yeah.
When
My
the show
movie
comes
star.
out, yeah. And then it came out, and it was a phenomenon, and kind of took
It
on
was.
its life of its own.
Nice. So fast forward, now you're in a movie.
Mm-hmm.
So going from a show to a movie, what's the difference?
Yeah.
There's been a couple movies in between the two, but the difference is the workload's completely different. On a TV show, you do upwards to like 3 or 4 scenes a day because a 60-minute show films in 8 days, a 30-minute films in 5. On a film, you usually film like 1 or 2 scenes a day. So it's a lot slower paced, a lot more in the pocket. You also have a lot more room to like create with the director and ask questions and dive deeper and probe and try different things. TV is very much a well-oiled machine.
Quick.
It's
Yeah.
$3 million an episode.
Right.
Like a movie might be $3 million or $5 million or 15 total.
Total.
But a TV show is like, nah, 3 to 5 million every 8 days.
Right.
There's a lot of
So
things,
we gotta
people's jobs. Like
get it in.
depending on
Yeah, for sure.
So I guess it's more creative. It's more creatively open and fulfilling if you're an artist who wants to like create life.
Right.
not just-
What platform do you prefer?
Both.
Both.
I mean,
Okay.
I would prefer film for the creative part, but TV pays way more than film does.
Yeah.
So it's a safety net for an artist, if we're being honest. But like say you're on Law and Order for 20 years, creatively you're not changing too much week to week.
Sure,
You know,
sure.
You're like, all right, cool.
That's the goal.
Who we saving this one?
Right.
You're also making $400,000 an episode, so every 8 days. You're
Yes,
like,
honey.
You're like, all right, cool. Hey, Mariska, good morning.
Hey, Ice T.
So how did you land the job with the Never Heard movie? How'd you get that role?
So I had just done a couple other movies, and believe it or not, it was offered to me. So they were doing this movie, and they hit me up and they're like, "Hey, are you interested in doing this movie? They would love you to be in it." And I read the script and it like opened with my character talking. And I had done movies, but I had never like opened with a voiceover for me. I felt like that was great, Grey's Anatomy. So I read it, and my character in particular had a really cool journey that no one had allowed me to play, and a character that no one had thought like was possible for me. So the fact that they were kind of like believing in me and championing me and offering me something,
That's a
was
big deal.
empowering.
Yeah, of course. So we're talking about your highlights and all the things that you've done. How many auditions did you have to go on? I mean, I know that one was offered to you, but just like realistically, as an actor, how many auditions did you have to go on before you got Glee or the movies in between? You just you just came from an audition. Like you are still very much a working actor. Like talk about the audition process and what that looks like.
Yeah, like I said, I came from an audition today, so I'm very much in the scope of that. Unfortunately, as ethnic actors in general, there isn't many people who are past the audition process.
Right.
Even if it's for like X-Men. But I've been auditioning my whole life. I started modeling first when I was 3 and dancing, and then acting when I was 5. So the trajectory from that to 19 when I got Glee, is countless,
many years.
Auditions.
But it's like you were working towards that without even knowing.
Exactly.
Sure.
And I was working along the way, but it's kind of like the truth is, it just takes the right yes. There's going to be so many no's, and then the difference is I've had a couple projects that I've done. I've been like blessed to work with really great filmmakers.
Yeah.
Even with the show I just directed and the show I'm about to direct. When it's yours, it's yours, and when it's yours, it's perfect and it's effortless and it just comes with such ease and grace. So I've learned to, in the audition process, which is usually like sometimes a pre-read, then an audition, then a callback, then a producer session, then a chemistry read, then a network test.
Yeah.
Wow. That's
a lot. That's a lot.
Level.
It's not just like you get the phone call, you got the job.
Exactly. Unless you're at the place where that's where it happens. But if it's a TV show, even the creatives don't decide who's on the show. The network decides who gets cleared for the show, because that's who they're banking that $3 million,
of course,
episode on. So they're like, can we sell you? You're more of an entity.
An entity.
Than you are a talent at that
for
point.
Sure.
Well, that's how modeling is becoming. I feel like, especially with like social media, people are looking at the whole package. Like, okay, how much can I?
What is she going to bring to this?
What's the return here?
Of course.
Me, what can you bring back? And I've learned that the cool thing about this industry is everyone wants to know, like, everyone's always like, I'm so talented, I can do this, I can do that. It's like there's a difference between walking into a situation and being like, hey, this is how you can help me, versus being like, yo, this is how I can help you.
Yes.
This is how I elevate your product. This is how I make your cachet better. This is what I bring.
And I think that's the key.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of talented people.
Especially with auditioning, because auditioning is the worst thing ever. Like, you walk in at a disadvantage. You walk in feeling like one of a billion. But the difference is, like, most working actors realize that it's not make it or break it. Like, this one job isn't going to completely change your life. It can, but you also have you have an opportunity to walk in and be like, hey, this is what I have to offer to this role. This is how I would play it if you guys book me. So for this 5 minutes, it's my time. I own the room. I'm going to make it and bring what I got. And if you love it, you love it. And if you don't, like, God bless you. I'll see you in the next one.
Exactly. We talk a lot about rejection and how that's such a common theme in all the industries that we work in. We emphasize that with our models, that just comes with the territory.
Yeah.
So when you get a no, I love what you've been saying. Like, how do you deal with that in your early career?
Yeah.
Like now it's like, okay, you understand,
Yeah.
you're a seasoned vet, you
Yeah.
get it's part of the process. But at first, was it something that was hard for you to digest?
I mean, even being honest, I still sometimes am disappointed when I'm like, yo, I thought I got that.
Sure. Yeah.
But it's different for actors and models because in my modeling career, I would work like nonstop because you go to a go-see, you take a photo, you smile, they're like, oh, he's a nice kid. You know, the next day they're like, we booked him. Like, he was pleasant, he took a good photo, his mom was cool. Like we're here for him. Like, he's been working. We look at his profile.
Right.
With acting, you have to offer up so much of yourself in the moment for them to be like, not that way. Try it like that. Or you're personally not good enough here. Or this reads like this that you naturally do. So you almost feel like someone's literally judging your being, because they literally are judging your essence, your look, your tone of voice, how you feel, how you walk in, how you carry yourself, how you move your hands. Like, all those things are like, not him, you know? So it's like, in that moment, you have to almost lose that part of you that, like, walks around every day being like, yo, I'm good enough, and realize I might not just be good enough for you, but I'm always going to be good enough for me.
That's a good
Or
way
this
to put
role
it.
just
Or
isn't
this,
Yeah,
it's just
you
not
know?
for me. Yeah.
But sometimes it is. It's just like, I think the trap of being an actor is trying to play who you think they want.
Right.
You're never going to be a better J-Lo than J-Lo. You can't walk in and try to be J-Lo. When J-Lo walks in, she'll be J-Lo. Like, even I remember Megan was auditioning for a movie, and it was after her career had taken a different trajectory, and the director asked her to be more like Megan Good. She was like,
Excuse me?
but I am Megan Good. Like, I'm that person, like, but more Megan Good-ish. And she was like, oh, you want me to be more like an idea of who you think I am, versus me being like, no, this really is who I am, versus a stereotype or box.
That's so
you put
interesting.
me in, you know? So it's just realizing that you're not going to be everyone's cup of tea, but getting back up, dusting yourself off, and like going to the next audition. Having great reps where, like, if you're auditioning 5 times a week, you don't have time to really stress out that you didn't get that one role.
Yeah.
Because if you didn't get that one, like, you gonna ruin the next one.
Exactly. No, not at all.
Exactly. So you're on camera, and now you've transitioned kind of like behind the camera. Is that correct? So you're directing more. So do you have any on-camera tips, since you're so versed? I mean, model, actor, director. What like on-camera tips do you have for
an
listeners?
aspiring actress? Wink, wink.
I think it depends on the medium. The overall thing for TV is to keep it natural, keep it small. For comedy, it's commit even more, go even further. It's either I love it or I hate it. So I either love somebody or I hate them, because a point of view is very clear in comedy. But in drama, it's dropping into the moment, allowing yourself to sit into the uncomfortable bits of silence, because in acting, you can say way more with silence than you can ever say with words. Because acting is reacting. So people oftentimes in a scene are just waiting to speak. But like the gold and the diamonds and are in listening and reacting and feeling what that person's saying. And if the character is your mom and she tells you like, yo, your dad's not coming home today, and that hits you for the first time, you say, what? He didn't make it. You're processing it of the actual moment is, stop. Not, what, mom? It's rejection, it's fear, it's grief, it's like disillusionment. It's so many honest moments before you get to a word. And so many new actors jump to the line, and it's like, yo, if you would have sat in that truth, let it hit you, let the colors happen, you wouldn't even had to act.
Okay, so we're talking about all of your transitions, obviously producer, director, actor, but a lot of people don't know you started as like a child model.
Yeah.
So what made you transition from that into acting, and how natural was that process?
It was very natural. I mean, all my siblings were already acting at that point. My parents thought it was like a better way for me to walk into the industry, because it wasn't as demanding of a schedule. But I would go on like my siblings' auditions, and like I would book the job.
No shade.
Yeah, no shade. My brother would not want to do it. I'd be like, I'll go in. So it naturally happened. The truth is that, you know, modeling is expression through photo, and acting is expression through visual and being. So they're the same, very similar mediums. They're just very different worlds. But if you have the gift of one, you normally have a desire or some type of gift in the other, you know?
Right.
Even with starting with, like, we went from, like, modeling to commercials, which is, like, modeling
With
on
skills.
film. Yeah.
Skills.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah,
you're
it's
still
a movement,
smiling and moving, but it's McDonald's.
And it's another layer, like the budget
Exactly. And that's also the part too that sucks. It's like being a dancer. I also started being a dancer. You can't model forever. You also can't dance.
You
forever,
can't.
Unfortunately.
Ugh.
So you have to have, it's not a backup plan, but you have to have another plan in place to be
Yeah.
able to support yourself, that you equally love, you'll equally feel creative and supported, and be able to be like, you know what, I don't want to go from runways to an office. I want to go from runways like Yaya did it amazingly.
Yes.
She's working all the time now. And so many other models. Tyson Beckford, the list is, endless, but it's like, it's a creative expression where you're still in front of the camera and you're still using that gift that you've honed with how to hold your face and how to smile and how to walk into a room and how to be presentable, but in a different medium, So for me, it was not even a second thought, but it's so cool to see other models I know and actors go vice. Because now I know actors who are becoming models as well, and models who are becoming actors. Because you really can, especially in this town, do both.
You can.
Why not get the money from the campaign and the money from the TV show?
That's what I'm saying.
Let's
Hey, and on that note, let's do it.
Yeah.
For sure.
Well, thank you so much for coming on.
Well, thank you
Dijon.
for having me.
What do you have that you're working on?
I have the TV show that's coming out, a la carte. I have a movie coming out called Takeout Girl. Another movie that Megan directed called If Not Now When. Another project in the work I can't talk about. Another TV show I can't talk about. But
We have some
working.
things brewing at the model.
we have some
Experience.
things
We
brewing
sure
at the
do.
Model Experience I can't talk about.
We sure do.
Coming
Coming soon, so
Yeah.
stay tuned on that. Well, thank you so much
Of course.
for everything.
Thank you guys for having me. I'm excited about July.
I know it's going to be good.
Summer show.
Summer show.
Woo-hoo.
Biggest one yet.
We'll be there.
Thank you for listening to the Model Experience Podcast, live from the Model House.
And that's a wrap.